right, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This one's going to be different. We're going off script. Today's video is back to basics, business report Q1 2024. That is January, February, March of 2024. The report today will be very short, so because of that, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I'm not going to keep you hostage here for 15 minutes. We should be in and out in about 5 minutes. I just want to keep you up to date on what's happening in the market. These reports are pivotal, as you know, offering a comprehensive overview of market trends, which is indispensable for making well-informed decisions, obviously. Understanding these trends can provide a strategic advantage, whether you're buying, selling, or investing. And I know it's cliche, but you can't manage what you can't measure. Let's dive into some statistics. Let's go. All right, welcome back. So not only am I going to give you the statistics, I'm actually going to show you on my computer screen. I'm going to give you access to the Ottawa Real Estate Board, how we as realtors here in Ottawa get access to our information. All realtors here in Ottawa have access to this information. And for all you Poindexters out there, sometimes the statistics are a little bit different depending on who you're asking, because sometimes whether it is CREA, which is the Canadian Real Estate Association, and or OREB, which is the Ottawa Real Estate Board, sometimes they actually report only from agents within Ottawa, and they remove transactions that were put through from agents outside of the Ottawa real estate market. So sometimes the stats are a little bit skewed, but let's not worry about that. Let's dive into the Ottawa real estate according to the Ottawa Real Estate Board's market data. So, all right, let's dive in. All right, welcome back to my computer screen. What I wanted to showcase for you on this screen is really, at the end of the day, all the realtors in Ottawa have access to this information. This is directly from the Ottawa Real Estate Board. So you should be having conversations with your realtor on a quasi-regular basis. And I plan on showcasing at least quarterly what's happening on the market. There's no point in doing this monthly because it'll obsolete itself pretty quickly. And there's no point in putting fear in the market or getting overexcited for no reason. Quarterly seems like a good pace, if not yearly. And when we look at the data, you're going to see that a lot of this is very cyclical and predictable. So no fear, no panic. Even though the market feels like it is slower and softer, you're looking at the data now, it is increasing. And we're going to go through that right now. The last thing I want to say before we dive into the data is when you are working with myself, Mark Belanger Realty, or markbelangerrealty.com, my hope is that we sit down on a yearly basis, probably just for about a half an hour. We have a solid, strong cup of coffee, and we go through the market data. It's imperative that you understand what's happening in the Ottawa real estate market. But more importantly, we take this type of information and we drill down even further at the neighborhood level so that you understand what's happening condo versus condo, townhouse versus townhouse, single family home versus single family home in your exact neighborhood. So we can assess if you're making any money, how much money, and what the game plan is. But a yearly check-in is probably really realistic and, I mean, in my opinion, really sort of expected or desired. Okay, let's dive in. As you can see, let me just move my image there. As you can see here, we can dissect however you want to dissect, and it's going to go out of scope from this video. We can probably sit down for an hour and really just give you some good, valuable info, but we can always dissect via price point. So what are you and your competition doing at a specific price point? The actual property type, construction type, bedrooms, bathrooms, and so on. And all of these stats, obviously they get skewed depending on how you're presenting the data. Now, I think there's only 2 or 3 of them that we're going to look at today. The average sale price. Now keep in mind, I can toggle between median price and average price. I'm keeping average price just for consistency. So average sale price, and you can see that on the right here, I can toggle 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So again, over a cup of coffee, you want to extend the timeline a little bit. It's always a fun little exercise to see how the market has been doing. Is it been up and to the right for the past 10 years? If so, let the market or let the data showcase that. But let's put it down to 1 year. Let's keep everything at the top, super vanilla. We're not going to break it down at all in terms of single family homes and condos, but at the highest level, on average, And again, average can be taken a bunch of different ways. Okay, the sale price starting in 2023, we saw was $620,000 average. We bump up to February and March of 2023, the average sale price in Ottawa was $652,000. $652,000, you compare that to today, $687,000, call it $25,000 difference. So a slight increase year over year from all property types. And just to showcase for you very quickly, single family homes as an example, March of 2023, the average single family home, $810,000. We move over to March, and let me move this again, $810,000 to $865,000. So call it a $55,000 increase year over year, March over March, the value of single family homes. Condos saw an increase as well, a slight increase, where townhouses were more or less flat year over year, March over March. Okay, so that is the average sale price. Now, total homes sold is a whole other story. I like showcasing this because this one's very cyclical. On the front half of any calendar year, you're gonna see a huge spike because most people are gonna wanna move in the spring and or summer. Obviously, we're living in Ottawa. You're not gonna want to move when it's minus 30 out if given the choice. So if that's the case, you'll see a huge spike on the front half of every calendar year. But just to put that into perspective, March of 2023, the total amount of properties sold was 1,081 versus 1,174. So again, call it a 10% increase year over year from a total solds perspective. Again, we can have a little fun. We can break this thing down, single family homes, condos, and so on when we're sitting down having a coffee. Be happy to do that. The days on the market is an interesting one because the days on the market is more, are we in a buyer's market or are we in a seller's market? What's the psychology that's happening in the market today? And again, keeping everything vanilla, just averages for everything. It takes on average in the month of March, 28 days to sell your property. And just 2 months ago was 51 days. So if you think about that, remember the transactions were on the back half of 2023 were lower as we approached November and December of 2023. The value of the homes were also decreasing month over month. So all of that is happening. So you are literally, as a seller, you are trying to sell your home in you're timing the market, but the buyer is not being rushed to purchase the home because the competition isn't there like it was in the spring. Therefore, the buyer is demanding things like property inspection, as an example. They're putting their clauses into their offers that you probably wouldn't see in the spring selling season. And because of that, it is extending the days on the market. So you just need to be prepared for that, depending on when it's being listed, what time of the year, for example. And if it is, in fact, the fall or winter, then just know that it's going to take a little bit longer days on market. But you're seeing that trend decrease. February has dropped down. And of course, March has now dropped down to 28 days. And again, be different if it was the median, like the exact middle. But again, we're just doing on averages. So there's that. And then there's a whole bunch of other months of supply. We're now at 2.6 months of supply, which simply means it would take 2.6 months to sell out of all of the current inventory that's on the market today. So that's just an interesting stat to keep in mind. We'll go through that on a quarter over quarter basis. So my objective in this video was to keep it lower. I'm already at 8 minutes, so I apologize for that. Do give me a thumbs up for the fact that I'm attempting to keep my videos a little bit shorter. I hope you found this information valuable. I do implore you to have a call with me and to let's set up quasi-regular meetings where we can actually just talk statistics on the market and where your home value within your specific neighborhood. If you found this video interesting, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I look forward to providing more videos in the future. And until then, take care.